If you're thinking about moving to Orlando in 2026 and you don't know where to start, this is the only video you need to watch. We're covering everything: the neighborhoods, the cost of living, the schools, the job market, the weather, and the financial picture, all of it in one place from someone who does this every single day. If you're new here, I'm Gianni Almeda. I'm an Orlando-based real estate agent who specializes specifically in relocation buyers. That means I spend every single day helping families and professionals move to Orlando's from other cities across the country. And I can tell you firsthand, the number of people making this move in 2026 is unlike anything I've ever seen in my career. So today I want to give you the full picture, no fluff, no sales pitch, just a complete honest relocation guide to Orlando for 2026. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether the city is right for you, and if it is, you'll know exactly how to approach the move. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the why. Why are so many people choosing Orlando specifically? 3 macro reasons. First, Florida has no state income tax, 0. If you're currently living in California, New York, Illinois, New Jersey, you're spending 5 to 13% of your income to your state government every single year. The moment you become a Florida resident, that stops. For someone earning $100,000 a year, that's $5,000 to $9,000 back in your pocket annually. Over a decade, that's a life-changing amount of money. Second, the housing value. The dollar simply goes further in Orlando than almost any major coastal city. We'll break down the actual numbers in a few minutes, but the headline is, what buys you a 1-bedroom in San Francisco or a small townhouse in New Jersey buys you a 4 or 5-bedroom home with a pool in one of Orlando's best neighborhoods. That gap is real, and it's still here in 2026. Third, Orlando's economy has diversified dramatically. People think of this as a theme park city, and yes, hospitality is significant, but the Orlando of 2026 also has a booming healthcare corridor in Lake Nona, a growing tech sector, defense and aerospace companies including Lockheed Martin, and a financial service industry that's been expanding for years. The job market here is genuine. Now let's talk neighborhoods, because this is where most relocation buyers are overwhelmed. Orlando is a large metro area with dramatically different communities, and where you land changes everything about your daily life. I want to talk you through the main areas and who each one of these is best for. Lake Nona. This is the southeast side of Orlando, and it's become one of the most talked about planned communities in the entire country. Medical City is here, UCF College of Medicine, Nemours Children's Hospital, the VA Medical Center. The trails are incredible, the schools are excellent, and it has a town center that keeps on growing. If you work in healthcare, tech, or defense, or even if you work remote and wanted a connected, walkable, and amenity-rich community, Lake Nona is genuinely hard to beat. Windermere. West Side Luxury Market. Surrounded by the Butler chain of lakes, more established, more privacy, higher price point. Custom homes in a gated community, lakefront estates. If you want quiet, prestige, and beautiful nature surroundings, this is your place. Winter Garden Horizon West. This is the fastest growing corridor in the entire state. Multiple master plan communities, planned villages, excellent schools, great restaurants, and still more affordable than some of the premium options. Perfect for growing families who want new construction. Winter Park. Northeast of Orlando, and in my opinion, the most underrated neighborhood in Central Florida. It has something rare in a Sunbelt city: genuine character. Park Avenue, 100+ lakes, world-class museums, great schools, and a Saturday's farmers market that becomes part of your weekly rhythm. Oviedo. Northeast of Orlando in Seminole County, which is consistently one of the best rated school districts in the state of Florida. Tight-knit community, low crime, and exceptional value per square foot. Dr. Phillips. Southwest Orlando, central to everything. Restaurant Row on Sand Lake Road is outstanding. Strong schools, higher price point, but an excellent access across the metro. I'll be doing an individual deep dive on all these communities in separate videos, but that's your orientation to the landscape. Okay, so let's get specific with the cost of living, because that general stuff online isn't always accurate for someone actually making this move. Housing. At the $400,000 price point, you're looking at 3 to 4 bedrooms, typically 1,800 to 2,400 square feet in a solid suburb. At 500, you're in the 4 to 5 bedroom territory, often with a pool in some of the most desirable communities in the metro. Medium home prices in the greater Orlando sit in the mid to upper 300s through specific submarkets, but areas like Windermere or Dr. Phillips skew significantly higher. Homeowners insurance. This is one that surprises people most. Florida insurance market is challenging. Budget $2,500 to $5,000 per year depending on the home's age, construction, and roof condition. Roof age is the single biggest factor. A roof under 10 years old gets dramatically better rates. Property taxes. Florida's effective rate is below the national average, typically 0.8 to 1.2%. And once you file for homestead exemption, which removes up to $50,000 from your assessed value, your annual tax bill comes down meaningfully. That exemption needs to be filed March 1st of the year after you purchase it. It does not happen automatically. Electric bill. Budget $200 to $350 per month in summer. Air conditioning works hard in Central Florida from the months of June through September. This is a utility bill that surprises most people. Groceries and everyday expenses. Generally 5 to 8% below the national average. And again, no state income tax. That number is the one that reframes the entire financial picture for most people making this move. Now, how do you actually do this, especially from out of state? Here's the process and how it works. Step 1. Get a fully underwritten pre-approval before you do anything. Not a pre-qualification, a real pre-approval. This tells you your actual budget and positions you as a serious buyer the moment you find the right home. Step 2. Work with an agent who specializes in relocation. I know I'm biased here, but I'm saying this because I see what happens when an out-of-state buyer works with generalist agents who don't understand the specific challenges of buying remotely. The wrong neighborhood choice, missed inspection red flags, not knowing Florida-specific contract nuances. These are real and expensive mistakes that a relocation specialist prevents. Step 3. Use virtual tools early and strategically Matterport 3D tours, Google Street View, FaceTime walkthroughs with your agent, neighborhood video tours. All of this is standard for how I work with out-of-state clients. You should know exactly what every neighborhood feels like before you ever book a flight. Step 4. Plan for a focused trip. Most of my relocation clients fly in for a long weekend, tour 5 to 8 pre-screened homes, and make a decision. You don't need to come back 6 times. You need one organized, well-prepared trip. Step 5. Florida allows remote online notarization, meaning you can close on your home without flying back a second time. You sign everything digitally from wherever you are, the deed gets recorded, and the keys are released. So is Florida right for you? Here's my honest thoughts. If you're paying state income tax, frustrated by what your housing budget buys you, looking for a city with genuine economic momentum, want great schools and outdoor lifestyle for your kids, or work remotely and want more financial leverage, Orlando is almost certainly worth seriously considering. If you love urban, dense walkability, mild summers, 4 distinct seasons, and you're deeply rooted in your current city's culture and network, there are trade-offs here worth being honest about. But here's what I can tell you from years of doing this. Almost every client I've helped relocate to Orlando looks back 6 months later and says the same thing. The adjustment was faster than they expected, the lifestyle was better than they hoped, and they wish they'd done it sooner. If you want to start a real conversation about your specific situation, what your timeline looks like, which neighborhood fits your life, what your budget gets you, the link to book a free 30 minutes relocation strategy call is in the description below. No obligation, no pressure, just clarity. If this video was helpful, please subscribe. I put out 2 to 4 long-form videos every week covering everything about living in Orlando, relocating to Orlando. And drop your biggest question about moving in the comments below. I read and answer almost every one. I'll see you on the next one.